So I am Coach Rosie, last name Jones-Clarke. I am an entrepreneur for over 30 years. I started calculating that recently, Jubril, and I thought about it. It's more like 40 years altogether. And but let me tell you something. So and I'll tell you this after my little elevator speech here. But what I do is I inspire small businesses to launch, grow, and expand their business so that they are successful. And successful can mean many things to, different people. But whatever their visions and goals are, my job is to meet them during that mid journey. So that mid journey is the moment they came up with an idea that they want to pursue, or it could also be that they've already gotten that idea and started pursuing. And I come mid journey somewhere in there, helping them to develop and to grow, and hopefully, looking to inspire them to grow their revenue. So, but I thought about I've been in an entrepreneur for over 40, about 40 years. And that was actually shocking to me when I thought about it. I go, wait a minute, girl, you had businesses before the last one that you were at almost 30 years. So it's been about 40 years for me. And that's a very long time. And especially because I started when I was like, 29. No, that's not right. When I started when I was about 15. That's not right either. But as a 59-year-old, not ashamed to say that, as a 59-year-old, what I realized was on my entrepreneurial journey, I was stuck so many times, like not knowing what to do, how to do, who to go to, who to turn to, right? And I visited a lot of organizations that were supposed to help me in my journey. And what I realized was they didn't have a lot of the information that I needed either,
Mm.
which is pretty sad to say, right? So there were folks who could help me build a business plan, which was great. There were people who could help me, find out where to go to get business cards made, right? People share that sort of information. But the real information that we generally need, and I'm talking about that information to help you launch and truly launch your business, you're getting that information in small bits and pieces, right? Whether you are researching it yourself or, someone is giving you a little bit of something that you can go back with. But how many of you really don't want the crumbs anymore, right? You want the whole enchilada, as my mother would say, and you want to eat the whole thing, right? You want it to be good. You want it to digest well. You want it to serve its purpose. And I say that because it is important that as you are on your journey, one of the things someone said here was that Jubril is their coach, right? It is so important. Yes, it was you. It is so important to have a coach, a mentor to help you move further along in your pursuit of joy, love, peace. I say that because that's what I'm looking for. It's not just about having a business. It's about loving what I do, having joy in what I do, and being able to serve my purpose that God placed me on this planet for, right? So businesses can help us to do that. And there are some of you who will touch people that I will never, ever touch. And that's why God gives us all individual gifts, right? Maybe somewhat in the same realm, but He gives us individual gifts. We all have a different personality. We all look a bit different, right? There's something about us that is so special that that specialness about you will only touch certain people. How many people agree with that? Yeah, yeah. And so now it's time no longer to eat the crumbs. Find yourself a coach if you don't have one and get the whole enchilada. get the whole enchilada. So I want to talk to you first about fear. Fear, fear is one of those things that will hinder us and keep us from pursuing our dreams. And all the things that the few of you who talked tonight, had an opportunity to open up and give me your elevator speech. Those things that you desire to do, that you desire to accomplish, there is two things or two um two reasons why you will fail.
Mm,
What I call really failing, and I'll explain that. But two, one is just you.
mm,
You just get in your own way, or we get in our own way, and we just procrastinate. Procrastination is the evidence that fear is there, right? Fear is present. And
mm,
so no matter how successful you may become, you've been, well, let me say this. No matter how successful you've been or how skilled you are, fear is the one thing that can crush you and stop you from realizing your goals.
mm,
Fear. So I went on a mission this year. I've been away for about 4 months, away from my family. I went to visit other family while I was on this journey. Family members I went to visit, but I had an opportunity to just really spend time with me, right? Get to know me, do things that I enjoyed doing. So my one of the things that I set out to do was to overcome some of my fears.